A goddess loved a man, but his family's betrayal cost them everything. What curse did they unleash? Find out in this story. Long ago, in the heart of ancient African town called Iyara, there was a sacred river called Omieleja. It was said that the river held the spirit of Anyofe, the goddess of love and fertility. Her waters nurtured the land and blessed the people, and her heart was as vast as the river itself. One day, from the heavenly realm, Anyofe gazed upon the earth and saw a man named Adeyemi, a humble farmer from the village of Iyara. His kindness and gentle spirit touched her deeply, and she chose to descend from a divine world to be with him. Taking the form of a beautiful woman, she walked among mortals, and soon she and Adeyemi fell in love. Their love was unlike any other. Together they had a child, a daughter named Ifedayo, a girl of immense beauty and mysterious powers, blessed by her mother's divinity. But love, no matter how pure, is not free from the jealousy of others. Adeyemi's family, especially his mother Yewande and his brother Adebayo, could not accept this divine union. They resented Anyofe and her child, for in their eyes, she had not given them a son to carry on their family's name. To them, a daughter was a curse, not a blessing. Blinded by greed and superstition, Yewande and Adebayo plotted against Anyofe. They believed that if they could rid themselves of the goddess's daughter, Adeyemi would return to his rightful place among mortals and marry a human woman who could bear him sons. One fateful evening, they lured Ifedayo to the river under the guise of performing a sacred offering. They betrayed her innocence. Without mercy, they drowned her in the very waters where her mother once drew her power. When Anyofe discovered the lifeless body of her beloved daughter floating in the river, her grief shook the heavens. In that moment, she revealed her true divine form to Adeyemi. Her eyes, filled with sorrow and rage, bore into his soul, begged for forgiveness. But her heart was broken. The goddess could not remain in the world of the mortals any longer. With tears streaming down her face, she disappeared into the depth of the river, leaving behind a curse on those who had betrayed her love. From that day forward, Adeyemi's life crumbled. His farm, once rich with crops, withered. His hunt became barren, and he lived in endless misery. Haunted by the spirit of his daughter, who appeared in his dreams every night, crying out for her mother, the curse spread through his family like a plague. Yewande, once a powerful matriarch, lost her eyesight. Every time she went to the river, she saw Ifedayo's face reflected in the water, her eyes staring back, cold and unblinking. Yewande was driven mad, wandering aimlessly through the village, her mind consumed by guilt and terror. Adebayo, who once sought power, saw his lineage destroyed. His firstborn son was stillborn, and every child born thereafter was afflicted with strange illnesses. The family that once thrived slowly withered away, cursed for generations. Even the new wife Adeyemi married found no peace. Though she became his bride, there was no love in their union. She was haunted by Anyofe's presence, seeing the goddess's reflection in every pool of water, whispering sorrowful tales of the past. She lived a life of loneliness, her womb cursed, never to bear children. The village that once thrived by the blessings of the river was now in ruin. The waters of Omieleja, once clear and life-giving, turned dark and still, as if mourning the loss of the goddess's love. To this day, the villagers whisper of Anyofe. They say her spirit still lingers in the waters, weeping for her lost daughter, watching over those who honor the sacred bond between gods and men. And Adeyemi walks the riverbanks, a broken man calling out for forgiveness that will never come. His voice is lost in the wind as the river goddess watches in silence. But what about the curse? Does it die with him? Or will the goddess's wrath live on, waiting for the next betrayer?